Hello, got the old vape out today for a change. It's nice, just for a change. Hello, good morning. Making this quite early. I need to expand, or I'd like to expand on a video that I made a day or two ago. I made a video called, what do I call it? It's okay to not be okay. And in it I said, this too shall pass. I got several lovely comments on it, but one was a personal message, which I'm not going to read. It's very lengthy and also it is personal. It does contain some personal elements and what have you. But this guy, basically he said, thank you for making the video. I really appreciate it and it's helped to some extent. However, he's found himself in a position that he can't stop thinking about, you know, the current situation. So much so that he's panicking and he's quite stressed about the whole situation. Which I get, because it's an uncertain, worrying, awkward, weird time that we've never ever experienced. One of the thoughts that came into my head just yesterday was, we remember the Spanish flu, well we don't, the Spanish flu of 1918. We are fully aware of that, and that's written in history, and there's certain photographs. There's one particular photograph of beds being wheeled out at lunchtime under the sunshine, and these patients laid in the sunshine, and there was one guy turned his face to the camera. He had a moustache and dark hair, and that picture is kind of ingrained in my mind, and that's history. And we look back in history and what did they do, how did they cope, and unfortunately how many died, and all the rest of it. And this too is history. This too will be history. In 20 years, 30, 40, 50 years, they will be teaching children about the year 2020, and they will be discussing what happened to us and what we had to do, how we overcome it. They will be talking about a lockdown, food rationing, things like that, you know. So we are living in history. It's quite an important moment in many respects. So although it's bad, the whole situation is bad, we could take something from that, maybe, that we will be thought about in 10, 20, 50 years time. You know, it's quite an unusual, kind of surreal way of looking at things, I suppose. But getting back to the worry and the stress and what have you, very, very simply, I would say, first of all, take a moment out and just concentrate only on your breath. Doesn't matter what's going on in the world for now, you're still breathing, so take that breath, breathe in, feel how it feels, and breathe out and feel how that feels, and just do that. Don't change your breathing, don't try to breathe, it's automatic. Just breathe in, breathe out, just be a witness to your breath. That's all you've got to do, be a witness. You're not changing it. You're just witnessing how you're breathing, how it's making you feel, what it's doing to your body. You're just breathing. And you just do that just for 30 seconds, 1 minute, 3 or 4 breaths, whatever you like. And you're just being a witness to it. That's all you're doing. So you're not changing it. You're not trying to alter that breath. You're not trying to breathe on purpose. You're not trying to keep yourself alive. It is just happening. It's just something that's happening, and you are just a witness to it. You're not in control of it, but you're witnessing it. And when you do that, you can also do that with your thoughts, because your thoughts are a collection of 1,000,001 different things. Mostly it's got nothing to do with you as a person. These weird thoughts, you know, they come in, they come out and what have you, and they can cause stress and worry and upset and panic attacks and all the rest of it. But you can just sit quietly Don't bother concentrating on your breath. Just sit quietly. Maybe close your eyes or look out the window, look at a tree, whatever you do. And you just sit there until you get a thought. And the thought might come in, might be a horrible thought about this current situation. And just say to yourself, I'm witnessing this thought. And just let it go. Let it pass, because the thought won't remain in your head. It will pass. And after a few more seconds, you may get another thought come in. And you just think, okay, I'm just witnessing this thought. So you're not trying to change it, same as your breath earlier. You're not trying to change it. You're not trying to add bits onto it. You're not trying to mould it, shape it, coerce it into something that it's not. It's just a thought. Not going to hurt you, not going to harm you, not going to change your life in any way. It's just a thought. You witness it, let it go. And you just do that for a minute, and you realise that the reality of the situation is what you're stressing over, but you're stressing over the bigger picture reality. Right now, you are okay. Your reality is okay right now. And when you start to panic, stress, worry over the bigger picture, so you think, oh my God, all these deaths around the world. Oh, I saw on the news, America's ordered so many body bags. This has happened, that's happened. There's not enough incubators in this particular hospital. You start to worry all about that, but that's all the outside influences. And some of those stories are true and some are not. And we have to remember that as well. But bring yourself to your reality. Okay, I'm fully aware of these body bags being brought. I'm fully aware of these incubators. I'm fully aware of the deaths. I'm fully aware of this, fully aware of that. However, my reality, right now, my reality, I'm okay. I'm okay. Those around me are okay. My loved ones are okay. My neighbours in my street, they're okay. It's a nice day. That's okay. So I am okay. And your reality of the situation is what you need to be looking at. So pull yourself from the bigger picture, pull it in. When you start to think like that, pull it back into yourself and think, oh, all this stuff's happening. Oh, I'm starting to worry. Oh, hang on. What's my reality of that situation? What am I doing? Am I dying? Am I on an incubator? Am I in a body bag? No, I'm not. Right now, I'm okay. My reality is that I am okay. My reality is my friends, my loved ones, my neighbours, whatever, we are okay. That is your reality when you bring it in. But be a witness to those thoughts, the bigger picture thoughts, and just be a witness, because as I said, they're not always true. Just yesterday I read a report about these body bags. I can't remember how many. America has ordered so many body bags. And then you look at that and you carry on sort of reading and watching and what have you, and you realise that in England, in the UK, we've got these Nightingale hospitals that are springing up. I believe there's either 5 or 6. And there's many, many, many thousands of beds in these places. I think there's 4,000 beds in one place. So we're looking at maybe 20, 30,000 beds perhaps, or even more perhaps in the UK. That is a worrying image in your head. But as I say, yesterday reading the news and watching a little bit more and all the rest of it, in Seattle, which is America, somewhere in America, they are now dismantling the equivalent of the Nightingale Hospital. Not one person used any of the beds. Not one person. So that's good news, isn't it? So the media, the sensationalism with the news is to concentrate on the body bags and not on other things, the good things. And what's going to happen in the UK is these Nightingale hospitals, we're going to say in a month or two, wow, what a waste of money that was. But it was just a precaution really, because these will be dismantled because nobody's going to use them. I don't think any one single person will be put into these Nightingale hospitals, so they'll all be dismantled, so that's good news. But the reality of all of that doesn't really impact in my life and shouldn't in yours, because they're just stories. Some are true, some are not, as I've said. But your reality, when you bring yourself back into your reality, you're okay. And you know, it's a difficult thing, I suppose, to not worry, stress, panic over the situation. But your situation, you have no stress, worry or panic. Will I sneeze or not? Just out the shower, and I always end up sneezing. Oh, lovely shower. That's my reality. My reality was a lovely, lovely shower. I normally wait an hour or two after being awake, but this morning I just fancied just standing in there and just having this quiet time with this lovely hot water, windows open, some cool air blowing on me, but hot water also hitting me. Absolutely wonderful. And that was my lovely start of the day. That is my reality of what is my day, the start of my day. Cheers. A Slurpee as well, obviously, and a little vape. That's my reality. So just be a witness to your thoughts. Let them come, let them go. Don't let them bother you. Don't let them stress or upset or panic you, because they are just thoughts or all this stuff that's going on. It's so surreal at the moment that the brain is trying to play catch up at all times. You said that you're working from home. You've never done that in your life. The kids, you said, that are annoying you. They will, you know, I know they're young. They will annoy you. My advice there is to move your little workstation up into your bedroom, because your kids are less likely to go in there, and just explain your dad is working. Put your headphones on, and while you're doing your emails and your work and what have you, listen to either classical music. You can listen to classic FM, or sort of some meditation music, just something gentle, peaceful in the background. It'll take your mind somewhere else, which is lovely, but you'll hear less of the children sort of crying or playing up or making a noise, banging, crashing, doing what kids do. But the kids are just being kids. But they're also going through an awkward time, because they're not seeing their friends, they're not at school, their routine is all over the place. Mum and dad are at home all the time. It feels like a weekend to them, but a never-ending weekend. And their little stress bubbles are going off, and you know, they cry, they play up, they're naughty, they're confused. And we can't really explain to younger children what the situation is. We know and we understand what the situation is, but we can't really explain that to little children. But they are also going through whatever they're going through. So we've got to give them some leeway, definitely. But try and take yourself away when you do your work. Or is there any possibility you could work in the evening when your kids are asleep? Because you can get a lot done when the house goes quiet. And if your kids are in bed at 7 o'clock, you could work until 10 p.m. It's only 3 hours. I tell you what, you can get loads and loads of work done in that 3-hour period. You can get loads done. So yeah, it's an awkward situation, and I know it can be worrying and all the rest of it. If you allow all of that to come in and impact in you, that's the bigger picture of the stuff. That's the reality, the bigger reality. But your reality, you know, there are two realities, there always is, you know. And how is my reality within the bigger reality? That's what you need to think of. But if you start that little exercise of just concentrating on your breath, that's all, just your breath, and then move that on to silence and an empty head. And because you've been witnessing your breath, you'll find that you can just witness the thoughts and just witness them come in and let them go. You don't need to hold on to them. They won't remain anyway, but you don't need to hold on to them. Let them go. So I hope that's helped a little bit. I don't know what else to say on that situation. You said, can I expand on it? Yeah, I think I have really. I think I've done whatever I needed to say in this other than just repeating myself, you know. But it is important that your reality is okay. That's the most important thing. Yeah, there's all sorts going on, but your reality is okay. And again, I keep saying in all these videos, pull away, don't watch the news, don't listen to radio, ignore all the stories, all the rest of it. Don't turn the Facebook on, don't have your phone on, apart from work. Just for however long you can do that for. You know, if you can have a morning off, then that's wonderful. If you can have a day off or a couple of days off, that's what I try and do, is have a complete day, about every third day, something like that. You know, I don't bother thinking about the days, but about every third or fourth day, I just have a day off. So I have either none or no or limited contact with Facebook. I only turn my phone on if I feel that I need to. I don't read any stories. I don't watch the government spiel, because that's as fake as fake. If you're going to start watching that every single night, it's just programming. That's all it is, you know. And the phrases they're using, and they're saying what's already written on there. Stay at home, protect the national health, save lives. We've got it down to a good patter, haven't we? And they will also say that over and over and over again. And a member of the press will ask them a question. How do you see the lockdown being lifted? How might that manifest itself, you know? And they say, well, we look at that over time, but, you know, you've got to stay home, protect the national health, save lives. Same old rhetoric over and over and over again. And I suppose it needs to be, if you've only just watched one of their little programs. But it is just silliness, and it's just mind programming. That's all it is. And it's also, they bounce things, they juggle between the fear and a little bit of reality. They give you a little bit of reality, but there's a lot of fear that they're pushing. And so are the newspapers, so are the radio. It sells, you know, it makes money for a lot of people. A lot of people are making money on the back of all this. But how much we involve ourselves in that is completely up to us. Because as I say again, bring it back, your reality. If your reality is to read all the newspapers and watch all this stuff, then that's fine. You will be upset, you will be panicking. You know, you will be increasing your stress levels. That in turn makes your work a bit crap. You're working twice as long. Maybe you get a bit snappy with the kids. Shut up, for Christ's sake, I'm working. Whatever. Your freedom's being taken away, so you can't go out and about like you did before. There's a lot of stuff going on, but actually your reality is the most important thing. And you said, you know, you got, I think, 3 children, so they're okay, aren't they? They are okay, they're fit and healthy. That's your reality. Your wife is okay, you are okay. Look at the bigger picture from there, move out. Like throwing a pebble into a pond, that's you right in the middle. And then the next ring, that's your mum and dad, or your sisters, brothers, whoever, the people that you love, people that are close to you. And the next ripple is whoever, you know, wider family. The next ripple is perhaps your neighbours, or the street, or the town, or the village, and it goes on and on and on. You'll find that actually your reality is okay. It's before you get to anything that is really troubling in the minds, but it's so far away that you can just concentrate, come back through those ripples to yourself. So I do hope that's helped, because I'm not sure what else to say about that. I think I've covered it really. I'm trying to keep this channel a virus-free channel, and I seem to be talking about it. But if that's what people want, then I'm perfectly happy, you know, to discuss whatever I can. Concentrate on your breath. Concentrate on being a witness. Then witness your thoughts. Let them go, and bring yourself into your reality. Take care. Be well. Ta-da.